Audio Jungle.
Access granted.
Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe.
This is a few of the universe myths still unexplained and a few unexplained mysteries, particularly in 2022. So we are gonna discover it together.
Let's do this.
So let's have a trip to this universe right now. Venus and Earth story. Venus, which is considered the hottest planet of the universe, with a 900 degree Fahrenheit temperature, and a planet which is surrounded with carbon dioxide, sulfuric acid clouds, lava valleys. Venus is almost 92 times hotter than Earth. Some of the scientists ever suspected that Venus and Earth were once similar or alike in terms of life. Here, and so we are gonna solve But why did Venus become a telescopic planet, whereas Earth became the planet for humans? What happened with Venus? That is the mystery here. The Earth turned into heaven for all of us. Some scientists came up with a couple of hypotheses here. We don't know how accurate it is, but it is the only thing that we have found here. This is a video about some unexplained mysteries, so let it remain unexplained and we can just come up with the best theories that we have. One hypothesis was that the sun cooked Venus to death, that is why it became so hot. And the second is that volcanoes cooked it. Either way, Venus is a planet no stranger to warmth and hotness because it's like in a close proximity to the sun. How far is it? It's only the second planet. It's only the second ranked nearest planet to the sun. So it usually contains these volcanoes, lava, sun's temperature. So it's not a very big surprise to see Venus is a hot planet. Why it's such a hot planet and like unbearable to live there. And sure, that feels like life isn't possible on Venus or any of the planets except Earth. The real number of dimensions in the universe. Three dimensions that we are all familiar with. One is length, one is width, and one is height. And these three are all the dimensions that the world is familiar with. But do you really think that there are only three dimensions? There are in fact way more dimensions than that. And if we look at this study here, there's a fourth dimension, and there's a fourth dimension too, which is time. Yeah. However, still fully unexplained. In a website named PHYSORG, I don't know how to pronounce this. It was found out that there are like 10 dimensions in total. And going into detail, let's see all the dimensions. The fifth and sixth dimensions indicated that there's a world which was different from the real world, which gives us an idea of measuring similarity and difference between the two worlds, the world that we exist in and the different world. The seventh dimension gives us an idea to perceive all possible universes beginning differently from the starting. Unlike fifth and sixth, this one actually started with everything like different. Here everything is different from the beginning of the time. Now let's see the eighth dimension. Eighth dimension, just like its predecessors, gives the possible universe theory stating with different initial conditions. The ninth dimension is for the comparison of all universe histories with all the scientific laws and conditions possible. And the final, the 10th dimension, is the last. Here everything possible is covered, and beyond this nothing can be imagined by humans ever. Galaxy formation. This galaxy, which we all know exists in the universe, the Milky Way, all of that. A lot of people have asked questions like, how was this galaxy made? How was this formed? Obviously it must have been formed by some time ago, billions of years ago. We don't know exactly. So let's deep dive into the theory here. This huge galaxy is actually formed through the gravity, the process being the higher density areas attracted higher matter and thus grew larger in size and vice versa. For the smaller density and they grow smaller. A group of cosmologists study the galaxy formation by running computer simulations like Millennium Run, and the galaxy distribution stats are compared to the universe structure. Now this image is the antenna galaxies here. This has very little to do with my theory, but since it's kind of related, so I just put it here. Let's move forward to the theory. A model which highlighted this the model that those cosmologists created, it highlighted galaxies that should be connected by some filamentary structures, some unknown filamentary structures. But it is also predicted that big galaxies are surrounded by millions of unseen smaller galaxies. Obviously, we cannot count exactly how much there is in the universe, how much of these galaxies. We don't even know the exact number of stars in the universe, and that's like going to a level 100 straight away. The mystery here is that how did the early massive galaxies form so quickly after the Big Bang Theory? And those of you who don't know who are not familiar with the Big Bang Theory, I'm gonna explain a little bit of detail here. So, Big Bang Theory is a theory which describes the expansion of universe according to the density and temperatures, all of that stuff. How much it covers, how much it matters. That is the Big Bang Theory here. Ball lightning. Now, what is ball lightning? First of all, it's a small, as the name suggests, it's a small ball which occurs during the thunderstorms. It's a pretty rare occurrence, to be honest. And if we see more in this, ball lightning is another mystery keeping the researchers, meteorologists, and weather watchers perplexed here. It is actually a ball of light appearing frequently during the thunderstorms, and all of the mystery regarding ball lightning, whether it's irregular size, because a lot of times it has been reported that ball lightning has been this size also, and even this size also, so it's got an irregular size. It's got an even inconsistent time frame. It can be for a split second, and it can be for more than a second too. So the earliest known reference was in 1195. Yes, that's right. Then none of us ever existed, more than 800 years ago, in which it was described as a spherical shape emitted from dark clouds, and even Tsar Nicholas II admitted to have seen that moment as a child in St. Petersburg Church. And I want to say again that these are all unexplained, so that's the best theory we have come up with. We don't know how much accurate these theories are, but that's the best we can get right now. Another reference was that in 1960, the US Atomic Energy Commission study conducted that 5% of the world population saw ball lightning during the event of storm. The same percentage of people who have seen the bolt of lightning at a close range. And much later, in the year 2014, scientists in China, while recording normal lightning, captured a ball lightning video. And it showed some readings of some chemical elements like silicon and let's see more of this, iron, calcium, atoms in ball, which are similar components to soil. This transformed theory that if lightning strikes a soil, it creates a vapor of silicon nanoparticles immediately. Dark matter and dark energy. About a few decades ago, astronomers thought that the universe followed a baryonic matter rule, which is, it consists of protons, electrons, and neutrons, just like our science chapters. However, in the years that followed after, the scientists discovered that only 5% of the universe was falling or composed of baryonic matter, and believed that 25% consisted of the dark matter. But hardly anyone could guess what it was made of, or what its actual definition is. Even if we go into Wikipedia, it doesn't fully satisfy dark matter's definition. It is just belief theories if you read this carefully. Now about the dark energy, the rest 70% of the universe is believed to be comprised of dark energy. dark energy by scientists' discovery has a gravitationally repulsive effect, which is opposite to gravitational pull, and it is being responsible for the universe expansion. But scientists are still yet to figure out the exact meaning of dark energy as per their discoveries to this day. It has kept the universe world still puzzled, and it's got some good competition with Einstein's theory of relativity, Albert Einstein's theory of gravity. And that, my friends, is the end of this chapter. So take care and good night, and we'll see you the next time. So long.